Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win, or you find a way to lose. Hey, look, now that these belts have been disbanded by Terrence Crawford, going forward, we're sitting here doing some brainstorming, just trying to figure out the next move for these sanctioning bodies. We already talked about what we think is going to happen in the WBC and how Keith Thurman's going to bubble up to become the WBC World Welterweight Champion. Now, for the WBO, I just don't think they're going to bubble up Alexis Rocha to become the WBO World Welterweight Champion at all. I think Alexis Rocha may have to fight for that title. Now, when you take a look at the ranking stack and see Alexis Rocha is number one. Remember, he was a mandatory to Terrence Crawford. You know, Crawford fought Spence. Is what it is. Crawford's moving on to 154. So now that belt is going to be vacant, or is vacant right now. So Alexis Rocha, who is a mandatory, things are interesting. The number two, right, is Cody Crowley. Now, Cody Crowley just fought a WBC eliminator, so Cody Crowley shouldn't be fighting for the damn WBO. He's over there in the WBC column. Now, number three is Rashidi Ellis. Now, for those of you who are saying, well, damn, Rashidi Ellis lost to Roman Villa. Well, look, let me tell you, he's ranked number three. So you got Alexis Rocha at number one. Number two is Cody Crowley should be fighting in the WBC column, and then number three is Rashidi Ellis. So it's gonna probably be Rocha versus Ellis in the rematch for WBO gold. Now, I understand what people feel that Rashidi Ellis will probably lose to Rocha. I've been studying Rocha for a long time, before anybody else was talking about him. Rocha can fight, man. When I saw him fight Blair Flair-Cobb, like I said in that video that I created, Rocha looked to me like a young Juan Manuel Marquez, just a southpaw Juan Manuel Marquez. It was amazing to watch him fight and throw that damn left hand. But then I learned that he had fought Rashidi Ellis, and Rashidi Ellis had already outpointed him. But the thing about it is, let's fast forward a few years now. It's not the same Rocha, not the same Ellis. Some people can say Ellis has been exposed. Some people can say Rocha has gotten better. So I don't think it's a guaranteed win for Rashidi Ellis. Matter of fact, I think this is a dangerous fight for him, because Rocha is not a guy who's going to chase you around the ring stupidly like Roman Villa and just look for the mash-up, crash-up. Rocha can cut the ring off, but he's always set to fire. Rashidi Ellis, we know that he's a great fighter, great boxer, but it seems to be stamina could be a little bit of an issue later in the fight. But that first half of the fight, that first 73/4 of the fight, man, Rashidi Ellis, I can't even say he's a front runner. Rashidi Ellis is definitely in the fight. It's going to be hard to beat a guy like that. But with cutting the ring off and putting that psychological pressure on him, I think Rashidi Ellis could start to have some moments of trying to reliving what he went through with Villa. So if I was Rocha, I would just start to pressure him, because Rashidi Ellis doesn't seem to have the kind of power to where he can knock him out with one shot. And we know Alexis Rocha has that kind of power, to where if he hits you, he can hurt you. So his best bet to me is to cut that ring off, come in behind that high guard, and just start to work. And once he gets Ellis in a vulnerable position, start to let go. And then work behind that jab and let that big left hand go as well. But he's going to have to time, he's going to have to work smart, but cutting the ring off and keeping that constant pressure on Rashidi Ellis is the way to beat him. So that being said, we'll see how the dust settles. We're just brainstorming and having a conversation. But when you look in the WBO column, you got Rocha at number one, Crowley at number two, Rashidi Ellis at number three. Right there, that's going to determine the two guys who are going to fight for that vacant WBO strap. All right? Now, if you go down to number four, you got Giovanni Santillan, 5, Jamal James, 6, Josh Taylor. He's a big name too, but he just came up from 140, but I just can't see that happening. And then you have some other names out here. Some of y'all probably don't even know who that is. But at the end of the day, Rocha, Ellis, that's my prediction. I think those two are going to be fighting for that vacant WBO strap. And if I had to pick a winner, it's hard for me to, I'll be honest with you, it's tough. But I have a tough time seeing if Rocha puts together the right game plan, because Rocha can fight. He could get that win, but Rashidi Ellis is special, man. But I just think coming off of that loss to Villa, the inactivity, the fact that he got knocked down in that last round, man, I think the momentum is with Rocha. So I pick Rocha to beat Rashidi Ellis in the rematch for WBO gold. That being said, y'all keep cool. Shout out to the veterans, all 7 continents, in the breeze.